What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of how I bought my first house at the age of 23 years old. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, don't watch this one yet. Go watch part 1, come back and then watch part 2. Part 1 was pretty much the process of how to go about getting approved for your first house. This, I'm going to be telling you guys what it took. So a lot of people don't know that once I made up in my mind that I wanted a house, it only took 3 months, but those 3 months were the longest 3 months of my life. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to tell you how. It's going to be a lot personal in this video, but I felt like it was needed because, like I said at the end of part 1, a lot of people show you the glory and the highlights and the end result of things, but a lot of people don't explain what they went through to obtain, big goals such as buying a house. You just look on Facebook and social media and see that they closed and got their first house, but a lot of people don't really explain to you what it took. And a lot of people feel like it's easy to do these things, and it can be, but for me, it was a lot of trials and tribulations going into this, and I wanted to share that with you guys. And so the first thing I want to share with you guys is you have to have a vision. You have to have goals for this. I had a vision and a goal, and my vision started at 18 years old. I guess you can say my vision and my goal, because at the age of 18, I was in high school and I told myself that I wanted to buy my first house by the age of 25 years old. And of course, I wasn't actively seeking to purchase a house at 18 years old, but it was planted in the back of my head, in the back of my mind. And so as the years went by, I turned 19 and I turned 20, and I was like, I got 5 years to get my first house. And I don't think it was, I guess it was April 19th of 2017 when I actually started planning it. And that's number 2. You have to plan for this type of things. And I say I guess it was this day because as you can see, I found this journal the other day. I was looking for a blank journal because I listen to educational videos and I like to write notes down and go back and look over them and study them and things like that. And as I was looking for this journal, I came across this one and opened it to see if it was blank, but the very first page was buying versus renting. And I was writing down, different aspects of buying a home. You got to have a 620 credit score. You got to pay down your debt. Pretty much everything I just talked about in part 1. And it was crazy to me because I was like, man, I was looking at the date right here in the top right. It says 4/19/17. I started thinking, like, where was I at on April 19, 2017. And after thinking for 2 minutes, I was a senior in college. I was in my last semester. I graduated college on May the 7th of 2017. So I actually wrote this down less than a month of graduation. And I didn't have any money then. Still wasn't actively seeking to buy a house that soon. But again, it was a vision and it was a goal. And then I started planning to buy my house back then, way back then. And I guess I really didn't start taking action until June of 2018 as well, I think. And the reason why I started taking action is I had a motive. I was motivated. Shortly after graduating college, I moved back to Texas. I went to college in Tennessee, and I got my first apartment in August of 2017. And March of 2018, my girlfriend at the time moved in with me. We got engaged, and we were tired of living in an apartment. I had chose the 3rd floor for what reason, I don't know. Well, I do know I chose it because I said I wanted the views, but I didn't factor in all the times you had to walk up 3 flights of stairs with groceries. We had a dog. Every time she had to use the bathroom, we had to walk down 3 flights of stairs, and just simple things that motivated me. Seeing my wife have to get up and go crank her car up when it was cold outside and let it heat up, or being super hot in the summer, going out there, having to go outside every time the dog needs to use the restroom, and just simple things like that just motivated us to get a house. And another thing that motivated me was part of being on the 3rd floor. Every morning I would wake up and go sit on the balcony, and across the street from my apartments were these big houses. It was a community of big houses. And I used to sit outside on the lawn chair on my balcony and look at those houses and tell myself, that's where I'm gonna move to in a year. I'm gonna move across the street. And literally, I would get in my car and drive across the street and ride around those neighborhoods, and I would look at the houses and tell myself that I'm gonna have one of these houses. And so the year came, June came, and that's when I had made up in my mind. I said, we're gonna get a house. We're not renewing this lease this year. And literally from June to August, I grinded my butt off. And that's one key thing that you got to do. Is because I didn't have a lot of money saved up then. Definitely not enough to get a house, because I wasn't really thinking about getting a house. Like, I'm telling you, it literally just clicked in my mind that I wanted a house. I wasn't renewing this lease. And when I want something, I don't stop until I get it. Like, I don't have patience, and that's something I'm working on right now. But I made up in my mind that I wanted a house, and so I started grinding hard. I'm talking so hard that family members were starting to talk about me that, Quay's going to work himself to death. He's going to, work so much, he's going to be sick. And I really was. My coworkers can vouch for me. I used to work from either 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. or like 2 p.m. to 3 a.m. Like, literally, I would go in the shift before my shift came in. First shift would still be at work. First shift would come back to work, clock in, and start working. I would still be at work, and I was working that much. So I would literally work all day, go home, and black out. It was times my fiance would have to take my clothes off because I didn't even have the energy to take my clothes off. I wasn't eating. And then I would still wake back up at 7:30, 7 o'clock in the morning and go do Uber and Lyft. And then a lot of you follow me on Snapchat, y'all see that I referee. I was still refereeing on the weekends. And so, like, I was, like, when people talk about they be grinding, like, that's what I picture grinding, because I be like, nah, bro, you ain't grinding, because I know what grinding is. But, during all that, I had to have a lot of tunnel vision as well, because I had family members, like I said, talk about me. I had some close family members and close friends trying to talk me out of buying a house when I was explaining it to them that I was going to buy a house. But I couldn't allow them to put their fears on me. And I don't think it was coming from a negative place. It was more out of concern. I was 23 years old talking about buying a house. Nobody has heard of that in my community, in my family. So to hear that, a lot of people was like, man, I think you need to wait. I don't think you should do this right now. You need to wait a few more years and then get you one. But my family didn't understand that I was on a mission. They didn't understand that I had a goal, that nothing was going to stop me until I reached that goal. And that's why I tell people, you have to have tunnel vision when you have a mission, when you have a goal that you want to achieve, because there's going to be a lot of people that place failure on you. There's going to be a lot of people that place their fears and their doubts on you because they've never seen anybody purchase a house at 23 years old. They didn't do it, so they feel like you can't do it. And that's not I don't follow anybody's, if you haven't done it. I don't let people place their fears on me. Let's just put it like that. Even with some of the credit bureaus, when we were getting approved, I had great credit. I had a 740 credit score at the time, but for some reason, Equifax wasn't generating, and the lender needed all 3 scores. And for months, we could not get Equifax to generate a score, and came to find out, someone had stole my identity. My social security number wasn't matching with my credit profile with Equifax, and it almost kept us from getting the house, getting approved. I mean, we would literally wake up and be on the phone with Equifax until it was time to go to work. And it was mentally draining and exhausting. And we almost gave up because, man, y'all don't understand what we went through, my wife and I. We would wake up, she would be on one phone, I would be on the other phone. We would be going through this battle with Equifax. We had to write so many letters, make so many calls, and it was mentally exhausting and draining. I would go to work super tired just from being on the phone with them all day. And really, it didn't get pushed through until like the last few weeks of our lease being up. Like, we got approved on August the 7th. I think our lease was up on August the 30th or something like that. So, but we stuck with it. We never gave up, and we ended up getting approved. And that's what, again, you got to have tunnel vision. And so, what I talk about, you got to have vision. You got to have a goal. You got to set a plan for everything. Start taking action and have a motivation. Have something that motivates you. A lot of people always talking about know your why. Know your why. My why was because I didn't want my wife walking up 3 flights of stairs. I didn't want to raise my child in an apartment. It was different whys of why I was motivated. So you have to find your why. When pursuing something this big, pursuing a goal this big, you got to grind hard and you got to have tunnel vision. But the last thing, you guys, and this is like what's really personal because I ain't never shared this with nobody, but a lot of you will follow me on social media now, and y'all see that I'm doing my 30 days of self-affirmation. I was doing this in 2017, and I didn't even realize it. So the last thing I want to talk about is manifestation. And I'm going to put these Snapchats up here for y'all. And I remember like it was yesterday when I posted this Snapchat, because I was scared to do it, because I was thinking like, man, you know, what if this don't happen? But, you know, people going to talk about me because I put this out here. But if you look right here on this Snapchat and look at the quotes, look at the caption, and look at the date, August 30th, 2017. I'm riding around in these neighborhoods that I was telling you guys I was riding around, that I would sit in my balcony and look at. Read the caption, man. I said that I was going to get a house in 2 years or less. And I believe that. And, you know, I want y'all to look at this picture right here. And it's August the 7th, 2018. Literally less than a year later, we closed on our first house. And I really believe it because it started with manifestation. I spoke life into my life. I believed that I was going to get a house in 2 years or less. And we actually got it in less than a year. And that's why I try to tell you guys that you can literally think and speak life into your life. You can speak things into existence and think things to existence. And I feel like it was very important for me to share this. And it was crazy because once I started talking about doing the video for people that was looking to buy their first home, all of these things started coming to me. I was looking in my memories on Snapchat, and I was like, man, I was blown away. Because like I said, I didn't realize at the time that I was manifesting. And it's crazy because now I'm currently in the process of doing 30 days of self-affirmations and manifesting things into my life. And so I felt it was necessary to mention manifestation in this. And you guys see the proof. Y'all see that on August 30th, I was telling everybody that viewed my snap that I was going to get a house in 2 years or less. And then you got over here, you know, that we would actually close on the house in less than a year. And look at the house. It's a nice house. It's a nice first house for a 23-year-old young Black African American. You don't see that a lot in our communities. I've never seen that in my family. You know, so I wanted to make sure I made this video to not only, you know, encourage you guys, but to inspire you guys and let you know there's no limits to what you want to do. If you want to buy a house at 23, if you want to buy a house at 21, you can do it. But you guys have to believe it. You got to have your visions. You got to have a plan. Be willing to grind. Be willing to sacrifice and miss social time with family and friends. Be willing to have that tunnel vision and not listen to anybody or what they got to say, because they don't understand what the mission that you're on and what you're trying to achieve. And like I said, most importantly, manifest it. Speak it into your life. Every day, tell yourself that you're going to achieve whatever you're trying to achieve. And I'm kind of getting like lost and in the zone right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video short, because all these memories are coming back, and I'm like, man, those were some like hard times, because I was really like in the zone then. I probably haven't worked that hard since then, but like I said, it was something I wanted. I was passionate about it, and I made it happen no matter what anyone else said about it. So that's why I wanted to make this video, this part 2, and actually explain to you guys what it took, and just let you know that it's not always easy. Like everybody be seeing me on Snap on my patio. I got the TV back there, but I worked hard for this, man. It wasn't given to me. I didn't just wake up and say, I'm gonna go buy a house. No, I had to grind for this. I had to manifest it and actually believe that this would come, you know, into existence. And so that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Like I said, I hope this inspires you. I hope it encourages you. Go out and achieve everything that you want to achieve. If you like this video, press the like button. And most importantly, share this video. A lot of young people need to see this. A lot of people need to see a young person explaining what they went through to achieve things. Because a lot of times as young people, we see older people doing it, but we don't see nobody that's our age, that's 22, 23 years old, doing things like this. And I want to make sure people can see it and actually believe it, because they see somebody that's their age that's actually doing this. So they'll believe that they can be able to do it as well. So like I said, like this video if you like it. Please share it to your social media and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And as always, thank you guys for tuning in and watching my videos. I really appreciate all the love and support. And I will see y'all on the next video.